Welcome to this week's edition of Monday with the Mayor, and we're actually welcoming Terry Seitz back to the States.
Thank you, Bradford.
As I understand, back here you can all see Pfaffenweiler. You had a visit with another mayor.
I did. The mayor of Pfaffenweiler, Dieter Hahn, shortly after I came into office in Jasper, said, "Mayor, I want to invite you to Pfaffenweiler." And he said, "I have a suggestion. Pfaffenweiler and Jasper, our sister cities, have an exchange every 5 years where major groups go. And in 2015, we will entertain and host citizens of Pfaffenweiler here in Jasper. They'll be here around Strassenfest time, and we'll be looking for some help over the next year of helping to host this group." But Mayor Hahn said when in 2010, when Jasper citizens went there, he came the year before to learn more about Jasper. He was also the new mayor. So I accepted that invitation, and my wife Dina and I just returned from Pfaffenweiler last week, and we went as strangers in a new land. I've never traveled to Germany before, and we came back just filled with longtime friendships. It was a tremendous visit. Pfaffenweiler, so you know, is more than just our sister city. Pfaffenweiler is the ancestral home of many of the families here in Jasper. Pfaffenweiler actually was struggling in the 1800s, and Father Kundek was recruiting people to come live in Indiana and even in Jasper. And Pfaffenweiler sold forest land to help fund immigration to America and into Africa. And our settlers, names like Kiefer and Guxel, are common. And we have connections here in Jasper that connect back to those families. But even though I don't have those direct connections ancestrally, what I find important is these are the roots of our community. And I have found so many wonderful people. It felt like home. The relationships were like home. I would tell my wife as we're sitting around a table enjoying a meal, I said, my gosh, we all look similar. I don't know what that is in the German characteristics, but it felt like sitting at a restaurant here and going, hey, talking to someone. It was just a tremendous visit, and it was an ambassadorial exchange that I will never forget, and will help shape the next year as we prepare to work on our partnership, as you can see behind us, with the sister city of Pfaffenweiler. The other thing I will say is, for a little background to kind of start the educational process with people who may not know, Pfaffenweiler is a small village about the size of Ferdinand, 2,500 people. It is near a larger community called Freiburg. It's in the southwest part of Germany, Bavaria, and it is known for wine. It resides in the midst of a beautiful valley that is filled with acres and acres and acres of vineyards. Germany's largest winemaking area is near Pfaffenweiler. They have their own community wine house, and they have their own vintner who kind of guides the people to grow the crops, but the actual grapevines are maintained by individual ownership of certain parts of the land. So winemaking is what Pfaffenweiler does, and I can confidently tell you the mayor probably had more wine than he's ever had in his life, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just a delicious flavor, and we love sampling all the different ones. However, the background also, which is a wonderful connection too, is in stone making and stone carving. There is a quarry just outside of Pfaffenweiler that becomes part of their one of their small festivals called the Quarry Fest. And we visited that, and there was a reenactment of how stone quarrying and stone carving played a great role in the history of Pfaffenweiler. Translate that to today, there's a stone carver, Michael Eckert, and yes, he is connected to the Eckerts in Jasper, who trained Jasper High School art teacher Josh Dodd, and his family visited there last year for a month, how to really work on tombstones to save and salvage them. And there is a group here in Jasper that is working very, very hard, including former Mayor Bill Schmidt and his son, our Assistant Chief Nathan Schmidt, and others who are helping Josh make this a demonstration through the museum and elsewhere, like through Strassenfest. We will probably have a demonstration of how Michael Eckert taught Josh Dodd to do these things. And Michael's going to be coming over next year for sure. And so this is a connection of the history of Pfaffenweiler that's now being translated into saving some of those older tombstones from settlers years ago. So connecting the two cities, connecting the two countries. The experience was extraordinary, and I can't hardly stop talking about it.
Well, the scenery was tremendous too, as you all were probably seeing on screen here. Just going through and seeing the blacksmithing and the kind of neat to have the waltz rhythm with it.
Very much so. There's another rhythm method that I did not videotape, but we had lunch in the quarry. And again, I can tell you that the hospitality, the camaraderie, we exchanged some small gifts. The sad thing is we couldn't bring anything back in luggage for wine, but we shipped a case back, so we wanted to enjoy the fruits of the labor. But the comfort level that we have, they have a great idea for Mondays with the Mayor, Bradford. Their Mondays with the Mayor is kind of like an open house for the community, and the Mayor, it's not a Mayor function, but it's at one of their clubs, and they have a soccer club. They also have community bands, and these are things that the communities are expected to have in Germany in these small villages. So they had a kind of like a young person's band, a middle school, high school age band, and then the community band that was extraordinarily good. The young kids, I did YMCA with them on their band, and the adult band, I got the chance to play drums. Didn't know that was going to happen. That was a surprise, and we had a rousing rendition of a very nationalistic song of Germany. But with beer and wine being sold and sandwiches being sold, those funds went to a children's charity, and that's their Mondays with the Mayor. So I would hope maybe that we could start doing that with you guys instead of this show.
Right, that's true. We could always go to like one of the high school football games or something.
Yeah, we could do. I probably can't do the wine and beer.
Yeah, that's true. That is the high school element.
And that part of it, I want to underscore that that's the only thing, but that's what they do. It is. I mean, if we look out our window and like the picture that you're seeing on your screen, you will see the vineyards and acres and acres and acres and hillsides full of wine. It is what they do and do well. It's what they're known for. So naturally, they're going to serve it to adults. We had so many people we connected with. Mayor, I've been to Jasper 5 times. I've been to Jasper 4 times. My daughter is an exchange student in Jasper. Dozens of people, and to send greetings back to so many people here in Jasper, and they're coming back again. It is very important, not only from Jasper residents, but for those who are just visiting here or coming to be part of our community. The German heritage needs to stay and be understood forever. If you lose your roots, you lose who you are. And we learned that. In our trip to Europe, this was new for us. We knew we had a connection, and it's gone from being really business and mayor-like to being personal. I don't have any relatives in Pfaffenweiler. Many people who have hosted families from Pfaffenweiler in Jasper in the past don't have relatives, but they understand the friendship that is beyond that Atlantic Ocean. It is absolutely one of the most tremendous experiences of my life.
Absolutely. A bit of a wrap-up now. Looking ahead to next year, you're bringing that connection here, 30th anniversary of the partnership.
Right. We will be working with our Partnership Commission. Each community has one, and the Partnership Commission is a separate group through the mayor's auspices in both communities that basically sets the stage for things to happen. We already told the Strassenfest Committee that there will be a group, so we need to work with some events in 2015. We will be looking, I know, for homes for some of our guests to stay. Some may be bringing their family. Some may be just a single person. But we know that that's going to take shape. I think in underscoring the importance of that, we also know that as people age, it's been 10 years since the last official delegation has arrived, we likely will need some new people who we consider being our host families. I'm just putting that out there to say, be aware of opportunities that will exist to reach out with some Jasper hospitality to our German visitors from Pfaffenweiler. You will not regret anything that you do in that manner. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cultural element certainly very strong.
Very much so.
All right. Well, Mayor, welcome back, and thank you again for your time.
Looking forward to our new Mondays with the Mayor.
Absolutely. This has been our old edition of Mondays with the Mayor. We'll have more news right after this.